Welcome back. We are discussing today the damaging effects of long-term exposure to narcissists, right? This is pretty much a blunt reality check. When we talk about that long-term exposure to a narcissist, we're not just talking or discussing difficult relationships, right? We're talking about a persistent, corrosive presence that rewires your sense of self, disrupts your mental health, and leaves you carrying scars for the rest of your life. All right. So let's talk about the primary one that happens. And this, I want to make it clear that this happens with people who go through just bad, normal relationships with someone, right? So take that and times it by 10 with the narcissist. So we know that narcissists thrive on control. They need to be the center of everything, and you're in their orbit, right? And if you're in their orbit long enough, if you're orbiting around them long enough, your identity will systematically dismantle, right? They gaslight you into questioning your memories, your perception. They manipulate you into believing that your needs, opinions, and emotions are insignificant. And over time, you lose sight of who you are because they make you doubt your worth at every turn. You'll become a shell of the person you once were, inevitably dealing with them, right? And you're living to basically serve their ego. Many people get into this and they'll find, that they feel numb afterwards, after dealing with a narcissist. They feel numb. They can't have the same enthusiasm or pleasures in the things that they once had because it's been eroded, over too much toxic exposure to the narcissist. Your mental health will be dismantled. Living with narcissists is like being trapped in an emotional war zone. That constant cycle of manipulation, blame shifting, and emotional neglect leaves you anxious, depressed, and hypervigilant. You'll soon find that it's like you're walking on eggshells with everything. Not only that, it creates a condition of being a perpetual worrier, constantly worrying if something's going to go wrong at every turn, right? You won't have enough ability to be confident in your choices, your decisions. You'll always be questioning. And even if you do make a decision, you'll always be worrying whether or not it was the right one, which just turns into PTSD, complex trauma, severe anxiety. These are just amongst a few of the outcomes. And the narcissist won't feel guilty about any of this that you're going through, even though some of you try to solicit some type of emotional empathy from the narcissist. You soon quickly find out that they never give it to you. It's almost kind of like they come off as a suck it up and just get your act together, get it together, right? Moving forward, if you do decide after being with a toxic, malignant narcissist for so many years, when you do try to get into anything else, a partnership, relationship, business type, whatever, you won't be able to approach it from an innocent, unbiased, neutral position. That type of exposure will cause you to always be suspicious of everyone. You'll live in a constant state of paranoia, right? And it spills into every other connection you have as well, right? Your friendships, family, all these other things. You'll be second guessing people's intentions constantly. You'll struggle to set boundaries. You'll fear intimacy because you've been conditioned to expect manipulation and betrayal. That's an important aspect. When you have been conditioned to expect manipulation and betrayal, you can never give 100% of yourself. You may not even get to giving 50% of yourself in anything moving forward. You will not fully invest any parts of yourself to present the best version of yourself to anyone. This is going to eventually hurt you as well, because there's going to be situations that will be beneficial and good for you, but you won't be capable of putting out your best in order to impressing that situation or whatnot, to where it can be reciprocated back to you. And you'll find that people don't want to be bothered with you as well. Now, it's not your fault, but this is part of the fallout, if you will, from being exposed to narcissists for too long of a time. Right? Another thing is, those wasted years that you can never get back, which you ruminate about and think about constantly, all the time. Because in most of the cases, and a lot of times, you'll start to reflect back on a lot of things, a lot of opportunities maybe that you passed up, that you would have taken, but you sacrificed because you believed in what you were in was most beneficial and going to be most significant, and you were honoring your commitments. And thinking back on all of that once it's gone can be extremely draining. That'll keep you stuck in a loop of trying to, maybe recapture those years, in which you're never going to get back. The healing is a long and grueling process. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not something, especially for those who are just, winging it, kind of going through it. But even if you're getting help, counseling, therapy, coaching, whatever it may be, it's a long and grueling process. Even after you escape, the damage doesn't disappear overnight. You'll have to unlearn their toxic narratives and rebuild your self-esteem and confront the trauma they inflicted on you. This isn't a quick fix in any way. It's a years-long process of reprogramming your mind and healing your heart. And even then, triggers will still remain. The scars they leave are permanent reminders of the pain that they cause, right? The frustration, the disappointment, the betrayal. And some narcissists, because people still are in, contact with them, they will try to haunt you even after they're gone. Narcissists don't let go easy. They might try to hoover you back with a false promise, change, or smear your reputation. They'll play victim to maintain their control over your life. Even if you cut contact, they'll linger in your thoughts still. It's like a phantom reminding you of the pain that they caused. Because that's a lot of what goes on. Even when people are done, everything that the narcissist did and what they went through with them, that ghost of the narcissist, if you will, is still lingering. The narcissist is living in many of your minds rent free. And it's been years, right? And this is one of the biggest things that when people try to break away and move forward, they're just not getting the right steps and coping mechanisms to deal with that. And so that ruminating is heavy. And you don't see a lot of people progressing past certain stages. Some progress to a certain point, but there's still more processes and steps to where they should be, which they're not. So, just to conclude, long-term exposure to a narcissist is nothing short of a psychological warfare. It doesn't just hurt, it rewires your brain. I'm going to say this again for those that's in the back of the class. It doesn't just hurt you, it has rewired your brain. It steals your identity and it leaves you doubting your ability to actually recover. The only way to survive and heal is to cut them off completely. No contact, no excuses, no looking back. It's not just about protecting your sanity, it's about saving your life as well. Because you will decline the more you linger in these states of despair and whatnot from what the narcissist left you in. It's one thing to kind of distract yourself and watch the videos and stuff. That's definitely good, but there's the working part to that. There's the undoing it. There's someone guiding you to how to get out of that rut, which a lot of you have already taken those steps, but a lot of you haven't. If you're currently trapped in this dynamic, get out. If you survived it, prioritize your healing. But never underestimate the damage a narcissist can do, because they'll destroy you if you let them. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this message. Consider to like, subscribe. If you want a one-on-one consultation from me, just click the link in the description box or go to the description box and you'll see my email, and you can shoot me a message and I'll get you information on how to do that. Till next time, have a good one. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. We'll talk soon.